Let's talk about something almost everybody wants, but almost nobody feels comfortable asking for. That thing is a raise at work. Most people don't get paid what they're worth, and it's not because they're bad at their jobs. It's because they're bad at having the conversation. They work harder than everybody else. They stay later. They take on more responsibility, and they quietly hope someone notices. But know this, hustle and grind, hope is not a strategy. Today, right now, I'm going to show you how to negotiate a raise the right way without sounding awkward, without feeling entitled, and without damaging, this is important, the relationship with your boss. This is not about confrontation. It's about communication. And once you understand how this works, you're gonna realize raises aren't random. They're negotiated. You're not gonna wanna miss. Like and subscribe right now to not miss any content. Why are most people never going to get a raise? Let's start with why most people fail before they even begin. Most raise requests are super emotional. People say things like this: I've been here a long time. I work really, really hard. My expenses have gone up. I feel like I deserve more. Those might be true, but here's the hard truth. And this is so important. Your employer does not pay based on effort. They pay based on value, the value you provide the company. Your rent, groceries, your lifestyle, it's not part of this company's decision-making process. So when you ask for a raise based on need, you're framing it as like this weird favor. And it has a weird vibe to it. Raises are not favors. Here's the key. They are business decisions. And once you understand that, everything changes, hustle and grind. Here's the mindset shift that removes 90% of the fear, almost all of the fear. A raise conversation is not personal. It's a business conversation. Your boss is constantly, whether conscious or not, asking one question: is the employee worth what we're paying them? Your goal isn't to convince them you're a good person. Your goal is to make the math obvious, the science, the facts. When you approach this conversation calmly, professionally, and with evidence, it stops feeling awkward. You're not asking for permission like there's some parent giving you an allotment of money. You're presenting a case before a kind of a judge. That's the frame you need to carry into this. It demilitarizes the entire conversation. It will transform your case. Here's step number one. Build your case before you ask. Before words ever come out of your mouth like raise out loud, you need to prepare. And this is where most people skip steps. You do not walk into this conversation with a list of tasks, a job description, a vague sense of what you're doing well. You walk in with results of what you do. Not what you did, what happened because you did it. That is so powerful. And actually this works in way more than just the workplace. I digress. Instead of, I manage projects, you say something like, I reduce project turnaround time by 15%. Instead of, I help with clients, you say something like, I retained 3 major clients worth $200,000 annually. Make sure it's quantifiable. Numbers change the conversation instantly. If your role isn't revenue-based, totally fine. Values can look like this: time saved, cost reduced, risk avoided, efficiency improved, problems solved. These are the kinds of things bosses and owners want to hear. Your job is to translate your work into outcomes. Then, and this is critical, do market research. You cannot skip this step. If people with your role, your skills, your experience are paid more elsewhere, that's not a threat, that's just context. Take it into account. Step number 2, timing is strategy. Even a perfect request can fail if the timing is wrong. You know this from your house, your family, your friends. Raises are the same. They don't exist in a vacuum. They are influenced by budgets, performance cycles, company health, leadership stress. You know your team. The best times to ask are as follows. This is my interpretation. I think during performance reviews is a great time. After a clear win, during planning or budget discussions, it's already on their mind. The worst times to ask for raises are the following: random days without any context, out of the blue, when your boss is super overwhelmed, or when the company is struggling financially. You don't force this kind of conversation. You position it so it's good timing that makes your request feel logical instead of surprising. You don't want them to pop out of the clear blue feeling insanely surprised by this request. Step number 3, what to say. Here is the exact framework. Only on Hustle and Grind Finance, you're going to get this good stuff. Let's talk about the actual conversation. This is where people overtalk, overshare, undermine themselves. You want to be clear and calm and direct. Here's the framework. Quote, I'd like to talk about my compensation. Over the last certain amount of time, whatever that is, I've delivered what result? Based on this impact in current market data, I believe a salary of blank is appropriate. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so keep it positive and concise. This part matters. Stop talking. Silence is not awkward. It's leverage. You must stop talking after that statement. Let them respond. Let them process. You're not going to force this. Your confidence comes from preparation, not some drum up bravado. You don't want to seem like you're ramming this down. What do you do if they say no? Fantastic question. This is where most people emotionally fall apart. They hear a no and they assume they asked wrong. They're not valued. They assume they should stop trying. And that's honestly a mistake. A no does not mean never. It just means at that moment. It often means not yet, not this budget, not enough clarity. Maybe the boss needs to jump in. Your response should be calm and curious. Say something like this, quote, write it down if you have to. I understand what would need to happen this year to become a yes. There's the question. This turns rejection into like this roadmap. So get specific, get metrics from your boss, get a timeline. Now you're negotiating like a pro. You're keeping things on track, your goal focus. Here's the bigger picture. Here's what people don't realize. One raise compounds for years. So if you miss your raise, you miss the compounding effects of future raises, bonuses, promotions, and even your next job offer can hinge on your current pay. This is one of the highest return conversations you'll ever have. So practice. Learning how to negotiate a raise isn't aggressive, it's responsibility. If this video helped, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel for more practical money and career breakdowns. I am so proud you're watching, you are committed, you are a subber. Comment raise if you're ready to advocate for yourself. Comment down below what the result is, because nobody else is gonna do it for you. Until next time, see you in the next one. Bye.